AEW just put on the biggest wrestling event in the world this past Sunday. And us tag bros are going to give you this rundown of All In London. But first, intro.
T.A.G.
That's tag shit.
Free fall as I die through the kaleidoscope in my mind. No rope up to climb. Gotta remind myself that I'm fine. Mama, I don't really want.
As you see the graphic, this past Sunday, AEW presented All in London. And it was touted as the biggest wrestling event ever. And just to give you an example, look at the people in attendance. 81K strong. Strong. Fucking amazing.
It was amazing. Yeah, I mean that there's so many words to say about how great it was. And it's not WWE show, and it's like they outdid the numbers for SummerSlam 92.
Yeah. And
I
of
mean,
course,
what other companies can get that amount of numbers?
Other than maybe New Japan. But
other than New Japan, none.
That's about it. But of course, I'm myself, ScooterRay, got current predictions champ. The man who walked in All In champ and walked out All In still champ. Juggernaut 097. But
yes, sir. I'm
weekend,
still the champ, baby. The champ.
This weekend, I don't know. He got a twofer, so we shall see. But
I got to run that gauntlet this next weekend here.
But yeah, like he just said, I mean, the fact that when they even announced this show, it was like, oh, word, like y'all really about to try this, and kudos on them for having the confidence, for having the talent, for having just the guts to be like, nah, we're gonna do this show in Wembley.
Mm-hmm.
And they sold that motherfucker out. But let's get into it. Now, the show was so big. Look at the first match that was a pre-show. Pre-show match gave us for the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships, Ozzy Open versus Adam Cole, MJF, better known as Better Than You, baby. Just look at this for a second. If this was a free YouTube match, that just lets you know how much they was banking on this show.
Mm-hmm.
So when we had our predictions, we had our predictions going every which way with this because we predicted, this could start the whole Cole and MJF beef. A lot of things. Funny enough, Ozzy Open came in and gave them a fight. Like, it was a fight, but shockingly enough, one good double clothesline, Better Than You, baby, on the new Ring of Honor Tag Champs. And it was like, oh, okay. Like, damn. They just won. Just like that. It was like, damn. They won. Okay. Cool. It was like, damn. All right. Jugs, any thoughts about this match?
Yeah, like I really enjoyed this, this being on the pre-show, you had Adam Cole and MJF, they've been doing some great stuff, with their comedy skits that they've been doing. Like, this has been some of the best, like, storytelling, the best stuff that AEW has been doing, like, for quite a while here. Like, this is really good stuff.
I can agree.
But as the match goes, I thought the match was okay. It didn't. I mean, MJF, he was actually in there, longer than what I thought it was going to be. Like, I thought maybe they were going to like play an angle where, Adam Cole gets attacked backstage, by maybe the
Yeah.
Kingdom or something, and then maybe MJF had to go out there solo, kind of be by himself, and then
you remember one of the commentators did say when MJF was in there going against Ozzy Open, one of the commentators did say, would it be wise for Adam Cole to tag himself in or let him basically get beat up so that way he could be an easier opponent later on? So, like I said, it was a lot of different aspects they could have went with this, but ultimately,
some different ways. And also, it kind of would have made it too predictable for them to turn on each other right here, because everybody was like kind of expecting, like, okay, they're not going to be winning these titles, and they're going to turn on each other by the end of the night. But when I saw that double clothesline happen and they got the win, like whoa, they actually went. They actually got the win here.
Yeah,
so this is pretty cool stuff.
So your new Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions, Adam Cole, MJF, aka the one title that Adam Cole said eluded him while he was in Ring of Honor. Now he can say he's now a tag champ. Next up on our 0 hour show for the FTW Championship with FTW rules, we got the champ Jack Perry versus the cold-hearted handsome devil Hook. Now throughout the show and throughout this review and things like that, I will definitely mention matches that should have been booked differently, in my opinion, or stuff like that. And this is definitely one. I was not expecting for Hook to essentially get the title back. Like, I thought that they was gonna let Jack kind of rock out with being a villain and everything with it, but no. It was like, oh, Hook won. Cool. Cool. Like, it was like, cool. Now, for those who are in the know and for those who are not in the know, this match also caused a little backstage incident. There was a moment where the limo Hook drove in. They eventually fought out to the limo, and Jack had Hook on top of the limo, and he taps on the windshield. Yeah, this is real glass, baby. Cry me a river. And, a seemingly innocent line, because I didn't know it was something, it was a deeper, darker meaning to it, but we'll get there in a moment. But subsequently, Hook slammed Jack on the windshield and everything, and they eventually fought back to the ring, went back and forth a little bit. Eventually, Hook choked out Jack, and now Hook is back FTW champion. And once again, this was one of the matches where I was kind of like, oh, okay, he just won his title back. And funny enough, this was the match that virtually gave Jugs the dub. Because we all picked Jack, but he was like, nah, I'm going with that cold-hearted handsome devil. And this was actually the match that gave him the dub, because when we do our predictions, regular matches are a point, title matches are 2. This being a title match, it gave him that extra little push.
Hey, shout out to Hook. Shout out to Hook for getting the W there. Hey, the match was cool. I thought the match was okay.
Yeah.
Those suplexes on the limo were crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, like those.
They look stiff. They
look pretty stiff. Like, I thought it was a good match. After seeing what happened on Dynamite. No, it wasn't Dynamite. No, it was Collision, where Jack Perry said he was gonna retire the title and put down the title and all that. I'm like, Hook has to get the title back. Like, they can't be disrespecting this title like that. Hook's gonna be getting that title back. So yeah, I mean, it was a good match for what it was. Nothing too crazy.
Now, we did mention that there was an incident. Well, Jack Perry was one of the participants of the incident, and participant number 2 was in the
Who
first
was
match
it?
of the evening. We
Let's see.
have for the real World Championship, CM Punk versus Samoa Joe. We will definitely talk about the incident after the match. But for the people who know, when I do my quick tags or hot tags on pay-per-views and things like that, or any time there's any title matches on TV, in no way, shape, and form did this match seem like a title change.
Yeah, same here.
In
I
no
agree.
way. There was not at one point of this match that I was like, Samoa Joe gonna walk out with that belt. Well, the belt,
Now,
fan.
I was thinking if they wanted to, put the title on Samoa Joe, because like maybe if they want to do like I don't know at all, I'll do title versus title. I don't know. I really don't know what they're gonna do for like the whole title situation because
No, there isn't.
MJF still hasn't announced a whole elephant in the room how there's 2 championships and all that still that still hasn't been announced. But if they wanted to do something, maybe have like Joe win and then have like MJF beat Joe or something like that. I don't know. They could have did that way. But I don't know. But yeah, continue on.
They're gonna definitely do the collision course with Punk and MJF because what has MJF beat Punk?
I don't believe. No, he didn't beat him because they faced at Revolution.
Yeah, in a dog collar match,
and
right?
A dog collar match, which Punk won that match.
So MJF needs some type of redemption.
Yeah.
So who better? Now, I don't know if they're going to fast track it for All Out, considering it's Sunday, but definitely.
I don't know. I feel like they should wait a little while to do that. Maybe like a Double or Nothing, or like a, maybe like an all Out or something. I don't know. Like I'll wait a while to do it. Yeah.
I think at Full Gear it's probably going to happen.
Full Gear, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But
because it's going to be in Los Angeles, so they need something big, that'll be a big marquee match.
But I mean, it wasn't a bad match in no way, shape, or form. Was it bad? And I was even glad the fact that Joe even got that platform to be on a big show like this. But once again, in no way, shape, or form did it look like Joe was going to win this World Championship from Punk. In no way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
I definitely agree.
Okay.
I definitely agree. Yeah, I thought it was a good match.
It's bad.
Like, I don't think it was their best match. Like, I definitely think their Ring of Honor matches were so much better. I love their. Yeah. It was their first match that they had for the title back in Ring of Honor. I thought that was one of the best matches. And of course, Joe won all those other ones until the fourth match. To be honest, I don't think they should have even had that match in the like Owen Hart Classic or tournament.
No, they really shouldn't have.
They should save this for this pay-per-view here.
I agree. It should have been saved for this rather than them having that match in the Owen, because once again, we knew Punk was going to win that match.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah.
I like the spot where CM Punk, he got busted open. I thought that was pretty cool when he went under the announce table. I even like the finish with the whole Pepsi plunge. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was definitely a solid match. Both guys, had really good chemistry in the ring. And I mean, Punk, he was getting quite a bit of boos at the beginning, but then people started cheering him more throughout the match.
I mean, he's going to get those boos because he's in a rather unique situation. Like, if we're really being honest, he's in a rather unique situation in all of this.
Yep.
But as Jugs and I had mentioned, there was an incident. So the comment we mentioned earlier with Jack Perry saying this is real glass, cry me a river. Apparently, a few weeks back on Collision on Collision, there was a spot Jack wanted to do that involved glass, and Punk was like, "No, we don't do things like that on my show," which subsequently makes it sound like Collision is his show. and then apparently other people agreed with Punk that Jack shouldn't do whatever spot he was going to do with Glass or whatever. So Jack took the opportunity to take a shot at that. Well, apparently from different accounts, Jack got into Punk's face. Eventually, Punk kind of mushed him or punched at him, then eventually started to choke him. Some people say that that Punk was the aggressor, that he got into Jack's face, and it led to a whole thing. All we know is there was an altercation. So obviously, any pay-per-view with All In or All Out in the title, there's going to be some type of incident with CM Punk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, because apparently, Jack Perry, he kind of got into the face, and they kind of, apparently they kind of got into like a little shoving thing backstage.
Mm-hmm.
Well, apparently I heard like that. I think Punk put him like put Jack Perry like into maybe like a front face lock or something like that.
Yeah. They said it was like a front face lock. He put him in,
and they had like to kind of separate. They had to get separated and all that. And apparently, Jack Perry, they had to escort him out of the building, but Punk was able to stay.
Wow.
So, that's what I heard. Like Punk was able to
stay.
Wow. And, like, I think
that's even
like
worse.
reading that from like Sean Ross Sapp or something.
But at this point, I can see that. Hey, Jungle, hey, Jack, you already had your match. You just go ahead and go, my boy. Yeah. You good. We don't really need you anymore. You didn't had your match, but I don't know. I mean, this is starting to sound really, 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 really. I mean, Dizzle made a video. Jaeger and I said our piece on it, but it's really, really starting to seem more and more that the CM Punk is the X factor here.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Because I mean, before CM Punk, I don't remember hearing any incidents of wrestlers having problems other than that time when Big Swole called out Tony Khan. Mm-hmm. But I don't remember hearing anything. Since CM Punk has got there, we had a whole incident at All Out last year, an incident that was so bad.
Brawl out. Yep.
That we don't even remember what happened on that pay-per-view last year.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I don't remember the matches of that pay-per-view last year because of the media scrum. Then
I can't either.
Then the whole incident with him coming back to Collision and wrestlers being banned from Collision. He took another shot at Hangman, but apparently apologized for it. He got into it with who did they say he get into it with? Oh, Ryan Nemeth. He got into it with
Ryan Nemeth. He said something on social media saying he called him out or something, and then like he said, "Hey, and then they had apparently a backstage confrontation,
and it's like, come on now. Obviously, your X factor is Phil at this point, and is it worth it? Is Phil truly worth the headache that's really kind of starting to happen?
And to be honest, I think that, like with the whole elite, I think these parties are both petty on both sides. Okay. They just need to they just all need to like let this go and like kind of, grow up and be real men here.
Well, you know what's funny? I can agree with that in all honesty, but I can only take so much of your little sneaky shots at the moment.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the thing. Punk has been the one taking these little sneaky little shots here and there, and it's like, fam, I'm only gonna take that for so long.
I kind of wish they were just doing it for storyline, but I don't think it's for a storyline aspect.
No.
Because they can make so much money, they can make so much bang off of this. Having Kenny Omega and CM Punk as a main event of a pay-per-view.
It could, yeah, but
like and like kind of put this in like storyline wise. Like, oh my god, that would be so good.
But at some point, Punk
At some
might
point,
end up
like,
hitting
did they need
Kenny.
to let Punk go? I don't know.
Punk might end up hitting Kenny in that match. Kenny might end up hitting Punk. Then there's gonna be at one point in the match. It's gonna be, oh wait, oh no, they fight for real. Like,
yeah, and then go like, oh, someone might end up on dark side of the ring.
But yeah, CM Punk retained his Real World Championship, and we'll see what happens from there. Next match, we got the Golden Elite, Hangman Adam Page, Kenny O, and Kota Ibushi versus Bullet Club Gold's Jay White, Juice Robinson, and Konosuke Takeshita. Coming into this match, in all honesty, I really wish this would have been the Kenny Omega and Takeshita match. Because you roped in Jay White and Juice Robinson, and then you brought in Kota and Hangman when it was really about Kenny and Takeshita. Even though I know they announced that they're going to have a match at All Out Sunday, but I feel like this should have been that match. Not that it wasn't a bad match, it was just,
I feel like it took a while to get started for me a little bit.
Yeah.
Like I feel like, the Bullet Club, they were doing a lot of, the dirty hand tactics, like double teaming a lot on Kota Ibushi and stuff.
You had the guns out there too.
You had the guns getting involved. I mean, Kenny Omega, he was doing a lot of his normal stuff, doing a lot of Snapdragon suplexes, a lot of V triggers. I like what Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi were doing, their Golden Lovers type of, tag team maneuvers, the moonsaults and all that. I mean, Hangman, he did a pretty nice comeback on Jay White throughout the match.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. I feel like the match kind of got started slow, but as the match was going on, it actually was pretty good. And, I'm not upset that this was a trios match here or 6-man tag. I'm not upset about that because, like, well, they need a way to have, you need to have, like, the heels win here, I don't mind that, like, roll finish that, that Konosuke Takeshita got on Kenny Omega. I don't mind that roll he did. Because they're like, oh wait, yeah, that sets up a match for All Out. A lot of people online are kind of upset that you go like, oh, why isn't Kenny Omega like in a just a one-on-one match here? Because I
thought it should have just been a one-on-one, but like I said, I can see because, and not to say this is what AEW wanted to do, but with this being the biggest show, I can see them kind of going that WWE route of, we want to try to put as much people on this show as possible. So I can 100% see that when WWE kind of does a WrestleMania thing and it's like, look, we're going to have everybody on this show. So I can 100% see that. I can see why they went the route of having as much matches and as much people on there as possible.
And the rumors before Danielson got hurt, it was supposed to be Danielson and Omega at All In. Too much all.
Interesting.
So it was supposed to be them here. But of course, Danielson got hurt and all that.
Which it kind of sucks that he wasn't able to be there in some capacity.
And Nigel McGuinness, he also wanted to wrestle. Brian Danielson also wanted to wrestle him, yeah. But I don't think they cleared, like they said Nigel McGuinness should never come back to wrestle again because like I don't think they cleared him.
Oh, damn. All right then. But yeah, due to some sneaky underhanded tactics and distractions, Takeshita, did he roll up Omega or did he roll up?
Yeah, he rolled up Omega, yeah.
Yeah, he rolled up Omega, got the 1, 2, 3, boom, Bullet Club Gold, and Takeshita gets the dub. And it was like, okay. Like, cause I think half of us predicted Bullet Club Gold for this one. And personally speaking, I only predicted Bullet Club Gold because I figured Kenny and Takeshita was going to be at All Out.
Yeah, that's why I went with it.
Yeah, because I feel like it's finally going to go down at All Out with Kenny and Takeshita go ahead and do this. So it's like, this is the reason to give. This is the catalyst for them to. This is the final straw for them to go ahead and have their one-on-one match. So, Bullet Club Gold, Takeshita gets that dub, and funny enough, next matchup with the my graphics. There you go. Funny enough, next matchup we get for the AEW World Tag Team Championships, FTR versus the other members of the Elite, the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson. Now, wrong graphic. Now, this was their rubber match from their mini. I can say mini because they only had two. But
this is their trilogy match.
But they're two they were actually fairly decent matches. Like, I will definitely say their other two matches were pretty good.
They had the match at Full Gear. Was that was 2020? That's when the Bucks won that one.
Yeah, and that's when
they had because that's when the Young Bucks, they kind of have sold that like injured leg, and then it was who was it? It was Dax Harwood. No, Cash Wheeler. He did that 450.
Yeah, Cash hit the 450 and missed, and that was the catalyst to them losing.
Yeah, and then they did the match. It was like on a Dynamite. It was after like WrestleMania. It was like WrestleMania weekend. That was probably my favorite match that they had, like in this trilogy. That was my favorite match for them. And I'm not gonna say this was like the best, tag team feud. I have to say, last year we had a great tag team feud, like trilogy between FTR and the Briscoes. This doesn't come close to those matches there.
Yes. Look, I will say this. The best match so far in AEW this year has been, to me, FTR versus Bullet Club Gold.
Oh, yeah, definitely at Collision.
That match they had on Collision, oh my God. That has been so. That's actually probably been my match of the year so far, if I'm really being honest with you. And speaking of Bullet Club Gold, we got the other member of the Bang Bang Gang joining in.
Bang Bang.
Jaeger Bombastic. So fantastic.
Put them guns up, Jaeger. Yeah.
Well, Jaeger, we was about to get ready to talk about the tag team championship. But
came in with the perfect time.
No. Because before we talk about the tag team championship, I'm gonna let you get your piece out when it comes to one Phil Brooks. So go ahead. Go ahead. I'll let you have the floor.
Problematic Philly. What do we have to say about you, man? This I don't know. I'm feeling more and more validated in the side that I've chosen as far as all this shit goes. You have way more power than you apparently like need, or like you have way more power than you even deserve for the company that you're in. If you are able to call out what we do at Collision regarding like whether a person that's not even you're not even in the match with, you're going to say, yeah, we don't do real glass here. That's not what we're doing. It's not what we're about. You can go to Dynamite with that. Meanwhile, Moxley is getting fucking kebabbed a match later. Like the man, it was a fucking windshield spot, and everybody that did it or that was involved in it was okay with it. Clearly, Hook and Jack Perry were clearly okay with it. Jack Perry was very, very okay with that. As he said, real glass, Crimea River. But the story that we've seen as far as the accounts go, which is still early, is there's Phil's side and then there's everybody else's side. There's not Phil and this guy and that guy that were in the locker room with him. There's not those sides. There's literally just Phil and then everybody else. So
which is funny.
I'm just saying, it looks like when there's repeat incidents, it looks like only one person's like the asshole here. And yeah, you gotta. It's good for ratings right now, but it's eventually gonna start making everything look like a joke. Like if we're able to manage it to where we end up getting some kind of like in a good way, kind of a civil war, like between your two shows, Like, as long as it's not actually dragging the company down, and as long as it's booked right, then it can be done well. But the way Phil wants to do shit is looks like he wants to like have EVP or even like Tony Khan like levels of power. You don't get that crap, man. You can't. You wanted to come back into the business. They brought you in. I'm not saying like be a bootlicker. Like if you have grievances, voice them, but do so professionally.
Yes.
Like I didn't know shit about the Jack Perry and CM Punk shit, and I'm this is like the first time I'm calling him Punk in a while.
Nobody did.
Exactly, but
nobody did.
Yeah, like I got reports of it. Like
go ahead.
I saw on
Take me off here. I want to see y'all's faces too.
But
But
yeah, I got reports of it like yesterday. Like it was like after the match. Like Sean Ross Sapp, I gotta say, you know, them guys at Fightful, you know, they are great again on top of this. And you know, and who else? Dave
Authors of
Meltzer.
Wrestling on IG are good.
Yeah, like they're great again on top of this. And like I heard it like a few minutes after the match, like I hear, you know, them talking about the
oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
He's here. He's here. You're here. We're here. Oh damn, it's the boys.
Oh shit. But Dizzle, if you heard, we're currently let Yeager discuss the whole Phil and Jack Perry situation before we get back to the tag team championship. So if you got something to say,
I'll capsule it real quick. As far as I'm concerned, like the fact that I didn't hear shit about Jack and Phil in the backstage before that night, they're like that. They talked about hey, we'll use fake glass here because we don't do that shit on Collision. The fact that I didn't hear about it, that's fantastic news. That means that okay, you can settle this shit without having to be a fucking incident. The fact that we heard about it after the fact like this, that's Phil causing problems again. But yeah, let me hear what Lip has to say on it.
No, well, I've been keeping up on this because shout out to Sean Ross Sapp and Fightful.
Yep.
They cover everything as soon as they happen. So this happened maybe like a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
Pretty much around the same time when all this stuff was going out about Punk being a problem at Collision, all these people being sent home.
Mm-hmm.
Everything happened pretty much within that same week. It happened with the Ryan Nemeth stuff when he made his tweet. Then the Jack Perry stuff, and then the stuff with Christopher Daniels being sent home.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Daniels being sent home. I
didn't know anything about any of that until recently.
Yeah, matter of fact, that's when I decided to make that video about Punk and Tony, because it's one of those situations where it's really showing how badly Tony is handling the situation with Punk, not necessarily with AEW, just with Punk himself. And that's my only issue. I don't have an issue with Punk because the thing is, Punk is Punk. You know, you've heard plenty of shit about Punk being how he is, and everybody's very much aware of it. So if you choose to get in bed with Punk, then you are asking for all of that shit.
At this point, yeah.
So
the fact that he's still around,
well, he's a draw. He's a draw. So,
yeah, gotta.
You know, you go if the money's good for it, you know, why not utilize it? But at the same time, it's just like with how Triple H said about Bray Wyatt's creativity. Sometimes Bray Wyatt's creativity can kind of get out there, so you just need somebody to kind of rein it in. Tony Khan isn't reining the crazy.
Tony Khan isn't reining anything in right now with this situation. No, like he just goes like, well, he just sits back and he goes like, I can't do anything about this. He's just over there, you know, with sniffing something over there, sniffing that white stuff.
Oh no! Don't do that, Tony.
Look, I mean, there has been speculation and some.
Wait, on the white stuff or on Phil?
On the white stuff, but I mean, look, it's just memeable shit. It's just Tony Khan's faces. I don't think that he is, but there's an argument for it.
I mean, yes, the way he hops on that mic is,
like tone down just a little bit, Tony Khan. Like we know you're always excited.
Please don't let me see a dark side of the ring about you in 10 years.
Oh no, it's happening.
Oh no, we're gonna see a dark side of the ring for Brawl Out. I hopefully on hopefully on next season of Dark Side of the Ring we see that, because I just want to see everything that happens.
All right, so since the gang is all here, let's remind everybody what was going down. We were talking about the AEW Tag Team Championship, FTR, Young Bucks, the trilogy, the rubber match. Fellas, I'll let y'all take it.
This was the match that I would have been happy with whoever won. I picked the Bucks in our predictions.
Same. I picked the Bucks as well.
But I was not mad at them losing. Like, this was a fantastic match. I had to do a little bootlegging to watch my show, but you know, we do what you got to do in the pirate life.
Arg.
but no, like, that was a fantastic match through and through. It's up there, or at least in the top 3 matches, if not tied for first with another match that we'll get into.
So,
but
funny enough, I was telling Jug, so far my favorite AEW match of the year has been FTR versus Bullet Club Gold. That they had on Collision.
That was a fantastic
That's been my favorite match of the year.
Shit.
So, but I didn't mind this match. You know what's funny? I was fine with the whole match up until the end. I didn't like the fact that Young Bucks just kind of, we don't want to shake our hands.
Yeah. Went a little limp. Yeah,
like I didn't kind of like that aspect because it's like, so y'all kind of being bad guys again. Like,
yeah, because they're both technically faces right now, but it seemed like they were playing more of a hillside towards the end.
Yeah, I mean there had to be a bad guy in this, and I mean the way Dax keeps on talking about his family, you're not going to make that guy the fucking heel.
Dizzle, what you got on it?
I looked at it a different way, and being the only person out of us 4 who picked FTR to win.
That is true.
This is true.
Yeah.
So when Nick had pulled Dax up during that pin, I was confused at first, and then it clicked once they did the Shatter Machine.
Yes,
because it was like, hey, no, we can't beat you like this. We want to beat you with your move.
Yeah,
the injury. And that's all, because that killed the confusion for me at that point. I was like, okay, I get it now.
Yeah, because
it's the same way that Dax kind of reacted when he got up, and he was like, "Oh shit, this is what they're going for." Type shit.
Yeah.
But all in all, I mean, there's not much to say about this match because it's self-explanatory.
No, they clearly defined the story for this.
One thing about this match, and I'll use this to kind of cap over the whole build for All In, because the build for All In was trash up until the show.
I can agree with that.
If you watch the pre-show, 0 Hour Everything, they had a better build for every match with this versus everything they did leading up to All In.
Didn't they do the Road to All In on like Collision after Collision or Rampage? Countdown.
Okay,
I did it right after Collision. Yeah.
So they did it right after Collision, and then essentially the pre-show was a 2-hour pre-show, and they kind of basically re-showed it during the pre-show too.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So it is a little weird that they finally like get all their promos down real nice though on those last 2, like at the last possible minutes. You know what I mean?
One thing I will say about that though, because I guess AEW would be notorious for bad builds for really good shows. Because it's another one, it's like they had a horrible build, but you get the show from top to bottom, and it's a fucking good show. So I can't complain, but I still do want the fucking good build up.
Yeah,
because like they just came out like on what was it? It was like on an episode of Dynamite saying, that we accept the challenge for All In, and that basically was that. I mean, we didn't have a whole lot of interactions between them. I mean, this match, like you said, it's pretty self-explanatory. Why they're doing this match. And also there was a point made where like, oh, maybe the reason why I was going with the Young Bucks because with the whole Dax Harwood. No, it was Cash. It was Cash Wheeler situation.
Yeah. That's exactly why I went with Bucks too.
That's what Yeager and I kind of was saying was kind of up in the air. Like, is the whole Cash Wheeler situation might play into it?
And it's also All In, and without the Young Bucks, there wouldn't be an All In, back in 2018. So that's what I was thinking. Like, a big, the Elite need to get a big win.
Not to mention, they mentioned when they got back into doing tag team action, like just 3-4 weeks ago, they were trying to get back to getting the belts and everything.
And that's the other reason why I went for them too, because they was like, yeah, it's time for us to get back in form, and da. So I was like, all right, I can see the Bucks definitely getting this.
But now, if it was a WWE, if it was like, if this was WWE, the titles probably would have changed hand, because like with all the situation that happened with Cash. But Tony Khan, he doesn't really like he doesn't really pivot that way. He kind of goes like, hey, if his mind's set that way, then he's gonna go with it. He usually doesn't change his mind.
Yeah,
that's funny because all the reasons that y'all said why y'all picked the Bucks is the reasons why I picked FTR.
You went for FTR?
Yeah.
Well, except for like the real world scenario with Cash, like I was thinking that they could, like I had it, like man, this was the match that I was like completely 50-50 on because of the real world shit that I was applying to it. But I'm thinking about it. All right, if FTR wins, like they have to and if Cash goes to prison about this or does some time over this, they're gonna have to no, he's not. But if he there's any kind of a repercussion for it, then they're gonna have to win this and then give up the belts, and then it'll be awkward. And who knows what's going on? It would be an easier transition or an easier way for FTR to operate and then have to deal with this. If they just didn't have the belts on them, they can go away for a little bit, or Dax can do some singles work, whatever. So I went with the easiest way out as far as the company was looking at it.
Well, you also got to look at it like this. Sorry to cut you off, Scoot.
No. Go ahead.
FTR are CM Punk's boys.
That is true too.
So
that's true.
You got to think about it like this. If they're going to be at the top and there's no reason for them to go after the ROH titles, you have them with Punk and you have them basically selling Collision. You only see those tag titles on Collision. So if you end up taking those away and you put them on the Bucks, you basically do rinse and repeat, and you put the Bucks on Dynamite, obviously. And now you don't have a reason. You have less of a reason to watch Collision at this point. Yeah, you'll have good matches, of course, but you want to see where these titles go. Go ahead. FTR, they're trying to build FTR as the quintessential tag team, period. And that's their goal. And I think that's one thing that the Bucks are doing to give back to them, because the Bucks don't necessarily need the tag titles. It helps them, of course, but they don't necessarily need them. And I think FTR does a better job of upholding the meaning of what those tag titles are. And Bucks can easily go to a New Japan or go to or do ROH and
sell out whatever.
Any issue. Correct. Exactly. But that was my reasoning for all that. But that's how I looked at it.
No, that's a solid viewpoint.
Yeah. So, but now at the beginning, Jugs and I did say that there will be matches where we will probably feel that the booking should have went differently. And the next match was definitely one of those matches for me, at least. We get Stadium Stampede.
Yeah.
We get the Blackpool Combat Club with Santana and Ortiz versus the Best Friends, Eddie Kingston and Penta, El Zero Miedo.
Slash
one thing I will say, what's up?
Slash Oscuro, yeah. That was
Slash Oscuro. Yes, you're right. The one thing
can we jump on that real quick?
Hold on. Before we get there, the one thing I will say, I didn't dislike this match. So this is the first Stadium Stampede that I actually did not mind, and I'll let Jaeger take it away with the Penta.
I forgot all about Penta at one point. I was like, was there a point? Because I had to switch servers for a second on my stream. So I was, and then I don't see Penta for a good minute. I was like, damn, did I miss a spot where Penta's out? What's going on? And then he came out as Oscuro, and I'm like, what? Why? Why are we doing
Why didn't you just do that from the jump?
Like a whole
I
ass
don't know.
intro and everything.
I don't know. Maybe they're trying to go back to the. Remember what Matt Hardy did when he was like changing all of his characters?
Yeah.
Stadium Stampede. Was that the first one? Yeah, that was the first one. That was during the pandemic.
He was doing a lot of the delete shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was the magic of the COVID era shit, is that you could do that. Like, they had him teleporting all over the fucking place at one point.
Yeah.
But this is gonna be the weird thing that's getting weird for me. What is the reasoning of having the Blackpool Combat Club causing so much havoc and chaos? Then when you have a match that's nothing but havoc and chaos, they lose twice. They lost Blood and Guts, and they lost Stadium Stampede. So it's like,
that was the entire reason.
So stop having them cause havoc and chaos.
I mean, they did win Anarchy in the arena, though. They did win that.
But that was like over 2 pay-per-views ago now.
And also, to be honest, I don't know why they had to do Stadium Stampede.
Blood and Guts was like a TV special.
Because basically, Stadium Stampede is the same thing as kind of like Anarchy and Arena. I mean, it's a little different. You know, but they're essentially the same thing. Like it's fuckery. This what this is.
It's fuckery.
You know? That's basically what this is. I mean, you have Moxley, having the skewers in his head. He was looking like he did that whole thing that he did.
God, I would not take that bump. No, that spot. Excuse me. No, I'm not taking skewers in my fucking temp. No.
Orange Cassidy, I think this is the most I ever seen him bleed. Like he's, I don't think I really ever seen him bleed on AEW television before.
That poor man is just falling apart.
That man's gonna die. Y'all saw him at the media scrum after, right?
I didn't see him at the scrum.
I haven't seen him.
Dude, no. Others in wrestling got the picture of him, but like he was just at the little scrum, and like at the same time that Tony Khan is announcing that Penta is going after Orange Cassidy's belt on Wednesday, you have Orange Cassidy just like knocked the fuck out with the shades on, like sitting in his chair, like. If you like, his head's down like this too. He looks like Weekend at Bernie's. So, but we don't know if he's asleep or not. But dude is just sitting there defeated. Like, I don't know how many times. Go ahead.
You've been quiet over there, Dizzle. What you got?
First off, I will, and it's a big shout out to Atticus Coger. If you see anybody that does a skewer spot, it's him.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Watch.
I don't want to see any more skewer spots.
Yeah, he does it. He takes a skewer. He takes like a big roll of them in your head. Pop, lets it go and lets it kind of flare out. It's it's nice.
Oh, so you know where Mox got some motivation apparently.
Who knows?
Yeah.
But, yeah, it.
Oh,
he did the.
I'm not mad at the team in this match.
Okay,
I'm not mad at that. I am mad at the outcome.
Okay,
I'm mad at the outcome because
yes, definitely.
Best Friends didn't necessarily need to win. This was an easy, hey, we don't need a feel-good moment from them. I can understand Hook. I can understand the Acclaimed. I'm pretty sure we'll get to that. But I understand the feel-good moments.
I got confused. Say Saraya.
Oh, I have something else to say about that one.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Uh-oh.
But
that's next up. But go ahead.
Fair. BCC had every reason to win this on top of being able to get Santana and Ortiz in this match. Mainly because they had just lost Blood and Guts. Blood and Guts, I understand the loss of that. That loss makes sense. They played that out perfectly with Don Callis and then Pac coming in and removing themselves from there. Cool. And then, of course, Ibushi coming in, which, by the way, Golden Elite should have won that match. And if you were going to have Golden Elite lose, I don't understand why Best Friends couldn't have lost either.
Well, like I told Jugs, I said, in my personal opinion, this was really should have been Kenny and Takesha. But I felt that this was going to be the straw that broke the camel's back of BCG and Takesha winning, hence Kenny and Takesha at All Out. So that's the reason why I went for BCG with that one.
How much you want to bet we're still going to get Kenny and Takesha for some reason?
Yeah, we are getting that. We're getting.
Yeah, no,
wait,
it's official.
yeah,
Kenny and Takesha at All Out.
Oh shit! I'm sorry, I didn't keep up.
No. It's official.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah,
but yeah, this could have, especially when you think about the media scrum and Orange Cassidy doing his thing, where it's like, I've already pinned Wheeler, I've already pinned Claudio. The only person I got to pin is Mox. If they would have lost, this whole media scrum for him could have went off the same way because he didn't have a singles match. It's not like he needed a win, you know?
Yeah.
So
exactly.
For them losing, you could have easily built up a whole thing between him and Penta and then having him defend the title on Dynamite and then him beating Penta, then going on against Mox. A loss for them would have still had the same effect to go the same trajectory than versus them winning. Them winning just makes no sense. Everything else still happens, but the only thing that doesn't make any sense is them winning. And BCC comes in and now they lose. You could have. Bryan Danielson was rumored to be there.
Yeah.
If that's the case, you could have easily had him play a factor into the reason that they won, which of course would have not hurt best friends losing if that was the case.
Exactly.
No.
Hey, we have unfair advantage.
Yep.
That this was
especially because there was a no disqualification match.
Correct. And this was bad booking. And the whole Penta shit just don't.
I don't get that at all. If they were gonna have him go up against Penta, who was just on a team with him, then they should have ran an angle where like him and Penta like start fighting or something, or start some infighting. If they're gonna but then you would have had them like lose anyway or something. This is all the reason why BCC should have won. Like I'm right up there. Man.
I try because I do this exercise and I try to parallel everything that doesn't make sense with how I would defend this shit against Jim Cornette.
Okay.
Oh,
I can defend Orange Cassidy's wrestling. I can defend certain things happening here. I can defend the CM Punk stuff. I can defend the Jack Perry stuff. I can't defend Penta leaving. I can defend Matt Hardy doing his wardrobe changes. I can't defend Penta going back for a good third, at the very least, third of the match.
Yeah.
Go and fucking change and come back. Because just like Jaeger, I completely forgot he was in the match until music played. I was like, who the fuck's music is playing?
Who's coming out right now? Yeah. I got Penta.
Not only did he change his fit, fucking Alex A changed his fit.
Yeah. I don't know if they did something
right?
in their I don't know if they did something in their wardrobes. They did something like they had an accident or something. I don't know what happened, but dang.
Yeah. I can't.
There must have been something wrong with I'm gonna have to chop that to the wardrobe, man. That's what I'm gonna go with.
Like, if you really put it in perspective, right? It's kind of like those memes we've been seeing where you getting beat up and Jeff Hardy's coming to the ring and you still getting jumped. Like, how do you leave a match and fully change clothes to switch your gimmick? And it was like, why didn't you come out as a squirrel in the first place?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This doesn't make any sense.
You said Jeff Hardy hitting his music. Like, you immediately made me remember when he debuted on AEW while Matt Hardy's getting fucking jumped in the ring.
Yes. And he's just sitting there dancing. It's like, fam, your brother is getting beat the fuck down and you just
headbanging away.
I gotta say, I love the
bad booking, in my opinion, with this one.
I gotta say, I love the callbacks, like kind of like the Terry Funk, stuff, the tributes to that. That was pretty cool in the match, with Eddie Kingston wearing the Patrick Ewing jersey out there. That was pretty cool. I like that. Hey, I mean, yeah, it was bad booking, but
even in that, you waited till like the end really to get something with Kingston and Mox and all that, and it's like,
Yeah, why was it at the very end? That should have been going on throughout the match. If anybody should have been traveling through the arena, you should have had Kingston and Mox like beating each other throughout the arena. Yeah, or at the very least, Claudio and Kingston doing it.
Yeah.
But no, Claudio ran off with Penta at some point. Like, why? And then Claudio's over here airplaning Orange Cassidy. Like, I would have loved to see Claudio and Penta, or like for the, Claudio and Eddie from probably like the first half of that. And then, yeah, we get Mox and Eddie, or like, however, the combination of the two somewhere. It is what it is, though. BCC definitely should have won booking wise, though.
Stadium Stampede, like I said, it wasn't a total just like, because normally I'm like, but the next match, obviously, Mr. Dizzle got some things to say about it, so we're gonna go ahead and get into it. AEW Women's Championship Fatal 4-Way. Hikaru Shida, champ, goes against Saraya, Toni Storm, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. Once again, thanks for that intro, though. And Dizzle, take it away, good sir.
I'm not mad at the match, and I'm not mad at the outcome.
Okay.
I am, however, and this goes with the build of this match.
Mm-hmm.
The only problem, two of the problems as far as with the build, and then the problem with the outcome itself, is that Saraya winning feels like a gimme and not something that's deserved.
That's the reason why I went for her, because the way it was coming down and it being in London, it was kind of like
it's
they
too
might
perfect
fuck
to
around
not
and get
do
it to
this.
Saraya.
No, it was too perfect not to do it.
Yeah, and that goes with the problem, because we've come on here, both as a collective, individually, us, Jugs, we've all talked about how Wembley could have gone, and who involved, whether it be Jamie Hayter, Toni Storm, whatever. This is something that has been widely known and had plenty of time to build and figure out what was going to happen. The way that the outcome went, it felt like it was a last minute decision just to be like, okay, let's give them this. You could have easily had Saraya have matches, because you've had the Outcast on TV across the board, and I can't recall, and I could be wrong, but I can't recall any notable Saraya matches that have happened, outside of like the tournament, to get to,
there wasn't any.
You made a good point about trying to defend this shit to Jim Cornette. So no, that's a fantastic way of thinking. Like no bullshit to you.
Not only that,
where are you right there?
That should be
no bullshit, man.
That should be a spin-off series. I feel like
any bad booking decision, we gotta defend this shit to Cornette.
That should be a spin-off series that we should do every now and then. How can we defend this to Cornette?
Yeah, no, that's honestly fantastic. And so I'm trying to figure out a way to defend the shitty booking as far as leading up to Saraya getting this, because like you just there's no spotlight on her. So the only way I can see it is if they did not have a confirmation if Jamie Hayter was going to be able to be at Wembley in time until like this last month, like when this tournament started.
And this wasn't even a tournament. Like, when they
it was like
the graphics,
8 people involved.
When they showed the graphics, that you can already fill in the spots who was going to be in the match.
Yes.
And to be honest,
easily.
I don't think Britt Baker, she didn't need to be in the match because, like, apparently, she's kind of like injured right now, and like she hasn't been doing.
She is a draw though. It's Britt Baker, man.
I mean, she has a lot of leeway. She gets her way a lot. She's kind of like Charlotte, in WWE and stuff. But
I don't see her with 16 belts and whatever.
I mean, that's true. But she does get her ways a lot. But I mean, Tony Khan really likes her a lot. But she's kind of a little bit injured right now. To be honest, I think she just needs to take a step back, like Thunder Rosa did. Let's take a step back for a little bit. People are still going to care about Britt Baker when she would get back. So I mean,
Thunder
let's take
Rosa
a step back. Yeah, Thunder Rosa. Apparently she's on her way back eventually. And also,
we'll be happy to see.
who else that I didn't want to be in this match? Was it Saraya? No. Was it? Okay, so
Sarayashita, Storm, and Baker.
Yeah.
I mean, Storm. I mean, she wasn't definitely going to be getting title back. I mean, we saw what she did. It was okay. What she did with the title. But you know who they should have had in this match? If they wanted to keep it a fair 4-way, they should have had Willow Nightingale and
Willow,
Athena.
yeah.
They should have had Athena in this match.
Isn't she ROH champ still?
Yeah, but
She
they
is
be
ROH
ROH.
champ. Yeah, apparently they don't want to have her on on AEW television because she's doing a lot of stuff in ROH. But yeah, I just don't. I just don't know. Like it was. Go ahead.
And Jugs, you actually reminded me of why I'm more so pissed off at this fucking match.
Oh shit.
Here's a better build.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what you got?
Sheeta should have never won that title.
Yes.
Now you
agree.
do.
Yes.
So look,
Yes.
so look, funny. When Jaeger and I did the preview show, we said that we was like, still to this day, it was like,
why? Why did she have the belt?
You can have Sheeta in this match because of the feud that she's had with the Outcast. Fine.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tony stays champ.
Yes.
During this whole time, in order to make this build sound way more simple and less complicated than they tried to make the shit, you have Saraya going in the tournament, getting included in the match to help Tony keep her title. As it gets closer to the fact that, hey, we're going to Wembley, it's going to be Saraya's hometown, then she starts to get the feels about, man, I could win. And so then you start to see a shift as far as her, maybe changing the plan to be like, so when you get to the match, you have that same outcome that they had where they start to be like, oh, well, and then you have
Saraya's mom.
Ruby Soho come out there.
Oh, yeah.
And then you start that whole thing between the backlash where it's like, oh, her neck. Because Tony's like, no, I'm trying to keep my belt. And now Saraya is going against the plan. You don't even have to build Saraya up at that point. You can just have it to where it's like, hey, I want to win because I'm only in here to help you win. But now I see an opening.
But then not only that, when I watched this match, I was like, damn, Saraya and Storm turned on each other so quickly.
So quick. But she hit Mama. She hit Mama. You don't hit Mama.
You don't hit.
like they turned on each other pretty fucking fast to say they went in as teammates.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, like she just hit Mom, dude. You don't hit family. How do you think Vin Diesel would react?
But shit.
You don't hit family. You don't do that.
You don't hit family.
That's why I'm just now thinking about it. Like, wait, nope, this probably would have been a better fucking build. This is the band-aid.
Yeah.
I like your build better.
And also, ever since Jamie Hayter lost the title at Double or Nothing, to be honest, this women's division, this women's booking has been terrible. Like Tony Khan hasn't cared at all about this. Like, I don't know, like he just hasn't cared about booking these storylines. Like, it's been all over the place, to be honest.
We need to someone else.
It's because you've had the same people around that title, Sheeta, Baker. You did some service with Sky Blue and a little bit of Willow Nightingale here and there, which would have been fine.
I mean, she went on to New Japan and did some work there, so she got her plus out of it.
Well,
also,
at the
I kind of want
Mercedes.
I kind of want to mention Mercedes. Mercedes Monet, showed her up above, early.
Mercedes at the show.
Yeah, Willow only won that title because Mercedes got injured, and then Mercedes called it audible. Because it was supposed to be Mercedes that won that.
Oh shit! I wasn't even up.
That makes sense. But so congrats to Saraya, new AEW Women's Champ. We'll see where this title reign goes starting Wednesday.
It better.
I hope it's a transitional reign. I hope she loses it all out. I'm just saying. That's a champion.
flip. You're not wrong though, because even with like the TBS championship now, it's gotten back to the same people, Statlander, and then the people she feuds with.
Yeah,
and
Statlander, she's gonna be defending the title against.
I mean, I'm always happy.
She's defending
Statlander.
against Ruby Soho at.
But you see it exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same people. Like, why is Jade gone?
I think she wanted to take a break for a while.
Did she? Oh, okay. I mean, if she wants to take a break, yeah, that's fine. I'm just
that's what I heard.
All right. Well, we miss her.
And now, this is probably the last match that I felt the booking should have went differently. But hey, who am I? I'm just a fan. We have the coffin match. We got Sting, Darby Allin versus Swerve Strickland and the turtleneck god, Christian Cage. Now, going into this match, it had a great, unique build. And even the switcheroo of putting Christian, knowing the fact that Luchasaurus is going against Darby at All Out for the TNT Championship, it makes sense to give that gravitas to the situation. But hey, I can see why they booked it the other way, but this would have been the perfect moment for Sting to suffer his first loss.
Loki does not agree.
Loki agrees. Yeah.
But yeah, like watching this match and seeing how it was unfolding, I was like, Darby and Sting gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious,
especially when they got to the end and they were doing all the coffin spots. I was like, and then I was thinking to myself, should they even count that as a win with Swerve's dreads still?
Yeah, his dreads.
I had the same fucking point.
I was on stream with a couple guys like, wait, his dreads are hanging out, so this don't count. This don't count.
If they don't do something storyline wise regarding that shit, I'm gonna be fucking pissed because that right there is a storyline gimme.
Yes.
You know what Darby Allin just went to go cut his dreads out there.
No. You're gonna get Swerve. He's gonna have face paint like a skull.
I'll let y'all take it away if y'all got anything else to say.
To answer Jaeger's question, why I picked it to go to Swerve and Turtleneck is
Turtleneck God.
The smart booking would say, hey, we're trying to build up mogul affiliates.
Yeah.
So let's not do the start-stop booking with them, especially with the stupid shit that happened on Dynamite with AR Fox basically being kicked out of mogul affiliates and then being automatically forgiven by Darby after what you did.
It don't make
sense. Like that.
After what happened, what they did to Nick Wayne.
Yeah, but they didn't do that to Darby. So
yeah, but that's his protege though. Like you go to his place.
Yeah,
you beat him up. You call Darby.
You fuck like, him up.
We fucked your boy up, and Darby's like, "Damn, you did that. I'm gonna fuck you up." Oh, but you just got jumped and kicked out. Hey, man, you're forgiven.
Yo, for 2 weeks, AR Fox wore that same bloody shirt.
That ain't sanitary. I tell you, that ain't right.
It's not.
And then it was funny because when Jaeger and I did the preview show, I was going to message in the group chat, AR Fox is such a great fit in the mogul affiliates. And then I was like, well, I'm glad I didn't send that message.
I remember that. No, but he is a great fit. I don't understand the last minute dumping him. Like, I don't know if maybe somebody told Tony Khan, hey, you're going to get a bigger draw if he puts Christian in here because he's feuding with both of them. But like, it makes
also the whole
they made it make the bare minimum of sense to do the switcheroo, but it does not make sense.
The whole storytelling with like so many people in like different storylines, like it just Tony Khan needs to fix something with that. Like basically,
yeah.
I mean, there's kind of a brand split without like a brand split and stuff. You know, you got Christian, feuding with guys on, Dynamite and feuding with guys on Collision. It's his freaking.
You know what? Dizzle said something earlier, and I wouldn't be surprised if they end up doing it. A Collision versus Dynamite type situation.
Oh, yeah.
So it wouldn't surprise me.
The thing with the mogul affiliates.
Oh, that was on my rant with Punk too.
As stupid as they've kind of played it out to be. It's a good idea in theory. And the thing is that you can do what NWO did, where they got a whole bunch of undercarders and mid-carders to join and kind of just give them something to do. This could be a much more elevated version of it because you have a lot of good mid-carders in there, or a lot of guys with potential. And that's why, like what Scoot said, AR Fox being a good fit made sense, because he was somebody who would have flew under the radar, outside of, doing stuff with Top Flight, that would have actually pushed him up a little bit. But
that last match was fantastic. The shit that he was doing right before he got kicked out of Mogul Affiliate.
Exactly.
And so
I have never seen somebody do a front flip dive off into the fucking ground like that. Anyways,
it just worked. It's a lot of, but that's why I said to stop booking, because it's like you put them in a position where it's like they become a laughing stock and you can't take them serious. And it's just shit with Swerve, because still, where's the Keith Lee and Swerve match? Still ain't got that.
I hope we don't get that, to be honest. I'm just so over that.
Now, and this is sidebar, and I'm sorry about this. And I was gonna make a video about it, but I didn't. When the tag team turmoil match tournament happened, and they put Keith and Swerve together, I felt like they should have went further in the tournament, and you could have built something up, and you could have actually had Swerve join the Mogul Affiliates based on everything, just in a way to kind of be like a Trojan horse to finally get his way to get his match with Swerve. Basically have him help Swerve win the TNT title.
Swerve join the Mogul Affiliate? You mean Keith Lee?
Keith Lee joined the Mogul.
Yeah, Keith Lee joined the Mogul Affiliates.
Yeah.
Have him end up helping Swerve win the TNT title. All for him to get his match with Swerve to win the TNT title.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
That's a great booking right there.
And there you would have had Keith Lee with something to do without having him just basically be MIA for who knows how long.
Until he wrestled at Collision.
And was he a Collision guy?
Yeah, he beat up with Zicky Dice at Collision.
He did beat up Zicky Dice at Collision. I did.
Yeah, and it was like, okay. But but yeah, Darby and Sting gets the dub. They close the casket on Swerve, and then at All Out, we're going to get Darby versus Luchasaurus for the TNT Championship, and we'll see. Maybe a Adam Copeland might show up.
I gotta say, those bumps.
What is these rumors, man? I'm getting pretty hyped for Edge to show up, man. I don't.
Also, those bumps that Darby was taking on the coffin, with those coffin
everything
drops.
Darby takes to me looks painful as fuck.
Dude,
yeah.
Every time with the skateboard trucks, though. God damn it! Stop doing that.
And also, I love the the way Sting got out of the coffin, with
the bat.
With the bat, that was smart. That was pretty smart. I like that spot there.
That was smart, creatively, yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, Swerve definitely needs to be like, look, they tried to close it. My hair got caught.
All right, so the next match, I have my opinions on it, and not to disrespect, because once again, we don't disrespect the wrestlers here. We just disrespect the match. And,
I mean,
and this was my bathroom break.
A few people.
Okay, fine. We could disrespect a few people because there was one person missing from this whole pay-per-view. I don't know where he been at, but my man Stokely.
Man, if you don't
shut up, my man.
My
man Stokely.
He had no business being there. There would have been.
He should have been on the pre-show at least.
For what?
My man, 50 grand.
Why did you need this? You know what? Fine, I'll take Stokely. Get Phil off the TV.
There you go. But this next match, unfortunately, was kind of my bathroom break. But then I did pay attention to it. Next matchup,
that's
Chris Jericho versus the aerial assassin Will Ospreay. I will let y'all take it away personally, Like, I have a few things to say about it, but I'll let y'all take it away.
All right,
I gotta say something before we talk about this match. When Jericho when he was singing Judas, okay, someone went on social media and said, "Here's what they said." They're like, "Man, why did Jericho have to sing that song?" And goes like, "I wish the person who actually sang Judas actually was here." And is the guy dumb or something? Does he not know that that's his band Fozzy? Like,
wow,
yikes!
You talk
Big
about
bad.
a bad take.
Oh, bad. Oh, that's bad.
Wow.
I hope they delete
I
soon.
would have fixed all that for you, my guy.
Yeah,
I hope they delete.
I just started laughing at it. Like, this guy is an idiot.
I pray that dude was trolling.
I hope he was. I definitely hope he was.
Yeah, I'll be quick with my take on this one. I was worried. I was worried because up to this point, I was saying, man, Will Ospreay deserves so much better in this type of match. And as it was going, I was like, man, Jericho needs to bring it. He needs to fucking bring it because you do not want to let Ospreay down in this situation. Because in this format, he would have deserved a marquee match. Granted, name wise, absolutely, it makes sense. However, in ring ability wise, Jericho of now is not the Jericho of yesteryear. So whereas Jericho did pull off some nice stuff, he definitely did. I was surprised. A lot of the Hurricanranas that he did, even the reversed Hurricane that he did. I'm sorry, the Hurricane that he used in the reversal that he did. Yeah, that he did.
Even
I
those
was like,
line salts that he
shit.
was doing in the match were pretty decent.
But so it was a fair match. I'll give it that. You know, it was fine. It could have been much better with somebody else. Hell, you could have had him go against Guevara. Easy pick for me at that point.
And speaking of, I'm glad you brought that up. Let me go ahead and get this piece out, and I'll let y'all take it. Christopher Jericho. How in the fuck do you get mad at Sammy Guevara when he did everything in his power for you to win, and you blew it? You blew it. Christopher Jericho, you should be ashamed of yourself. The man who stuck by you when nobody else would, you push him away because you mad that you took an L. He smacked with a bat.
Christopher Jericho.
Christopher Jericho, shame on you. Shame on you, Christopher. Go ahead, fellas.
Yeah, that's it on my end. It was a fair match. Could have been better. I'm not too mad at it, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I was kind of worried that this match was going to be like, because that match that Jericho and Adam Cole had, what paper was it? Was that All In last year? Or
I can't remember when they had that match.
I think
it
that
may have
was
been All Out.
I mean, sorry, yeah, I meant All Out. That's what I meant. I think that was All Out last year.
You said Double or Nothing, possibly.
I think that was this year. I believe it was.
Or
okay, then
like
no. Oh yeah, I believe you're right. I believe you're right. It had to be Revolution then.
Oh, Revolution.
Yeah, because that
Double or
match I had was not that good. And
like I said to Jugs earlier, I don't remember what happened at All Out last year because the damn media scrum. I don't remember.
Sadly.
I don't remember what happened at All Out last year.
But I gotta say this, Jericho, he actually worked a pretty good match here. I mean, it's not like, Jericho from like, the early 2000s, the late 90s, it's not, even 2009, it's not like that Jericho. But I mean, he did pretty decent here. I mean, even the beginning of AEW Jericho was pretty good. But I mean, he did okay here. He didn't try to wrestle the type of style of Will Ospreay here, which was great because like, oh man, he's gonna try to do Will Ospreay style, and he's gonna end up dead in the ring because he's north of 50. He's just, I don't want to see a dark side of the ring for Chris Jericho. No, I don't want to see that. But hey, it was
I don't think he had a career that would lead to a dark side of a ring.
I hope not.
Unless he's been one of them secret bastards this whole time, and they've been like, Chris, what? You've been really evil behind the scenes this whole time. What? So
yes,
I don't see a
Fozzie's
dark
actually
side
a
of the ring
cult.
with him. But
like I had no considering the fact that this match was supposed to happen only 3 years ago, I didn't really have a problem with it being Jericho and Ospreay, especially in Wembley, where Ospreay is going to get the biggest pop of his life. Also, yeah, the way Ospreay even advertised it on the promo, in 2 months he'll have beaten Kenny Omega, Will Ospreay, and Kazuchika Okada.
wait,
That's
Will Ospreay
fucking
can't beat
amazing.
himself now.
I mean, he
Huh?
could.
I mean, Will, shut up.
Yeah. Oh no! No.
I kind of just walked right into that one.
Yeah. More like you tripped and fell right into it. Anyways,
yeah, I did.
but freaking.
You can beat Okada, Jericho, and Omega.
Thank you. Yeah, all within 2 months' time. Like the fact that Jericho said, "Yeah, I've been waiting for this match," it all just lined up too well for him, especially for the resume that he's trying to build because he's coming up for contract renewals, just like MJF is. I've read it somewhere, but I completely agree with this that Ospreay and MJF are probably up for Wrestler of the Year right now. Because I don't know, just because of all his New Japan shit, but then he also goes to all these other little small promos. I didn't even think that he was in smaller promotions like that, getting jumped by Jericho.
He does a lot of those UK promotions, Brub Pro. Yeah, he does a lot.
Yeah,
that's
I
what
didn't
made
know
me
that he
pick
still did a
Ospreay.
lot of that. Huh?
That was the catalyst of me picking Ospreay when I saw that Jericho jumped him at Real Pro. I was like, Ospreay winning.
Oh no, I already I don't know, when they did the signing, I was like, yeah, this is Ospreay. But no, I had no problems with the match. Ospreay, the right person won, obviously. If Jericho would have won, then I would have had a problem with this.
Yeah,
I mean, I was kind of concerned a little bit because I had it in the back of my mind, it is Chris Jericho at the end of the day. He, why, the reason why this match is happening because Chris Jericho, they were going down the list. Okay, who will Ospreay face? Oh, Chris Jericho. I don't know why Chris Jericho was the first person to come to mind for everybody, but I don't know.
But yeah, like I said, the aerial assassin got the dub. He can say he has beaten Jericho, Okada, Kenny-O, and potentially himself in these last 2 months. So now this next match. Now, I definitely will want to hear from Dizzle with this next match because personally speaking, to use a basketball term, I felt like this next match was at the rim. Like this was the most alley-oop at the rim match of the whole night. And I'm speaking of the AEW Trios Championship, House of Black versus the Acclaimed and Badass Billy Gunn, with the Acclaimed choosing, No Holds Barred. They chose No Holds Barred as of the rules for this match. So when we did the predictions, and Jugs said the Acclaimed and BA Billy Gunn, but Dizzle said House of Black. Now, don't get me wrong. I could have seen it went that way, but considering how this match came about, I couldn't see no other way House of Black winning this. So Dizzle,
I could see every other way.
Oh yeah, please eliminate us, sir.
All right,
like the fireflies in the stands. Here's
the thing. The booking with this.
I need to hear the Dizzle take on the booking.
Here's the problem. You have Billy Gunn, for lack of a better term, retire.
Okay.
If you do that, cool. If it's supposed to be a fake out retirement, cool. The only glaring issue with this whole retirement is Austin and Colton Gunn. Because the moment that he did the retirement shit, they tweeted. And I'm like, okay.
Oh, did they?
This is some new shit. Okay, so he must be done. So to me, it's like, okay, cool. Now you have him coming back to do this. It's like, okay, cool. Give him one last match on a big stage. They can still lose. He can do his thing, no problem. For them to win, it would be stupid because you just retired. So you're going to come back to have this last run and okay, it's like the Mark Henry shit.
I was about to say he pulled the Mark Henry.
He pulled Mark Henry
without the cool stuff.
Yeah. I mean, look, he even had the same color trunks on as the jacket.
Did he not have the? Were those not the same exact boots?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I don't know either. Boots. They were white boots, and the retired boots were white boots too. That's all I got.
But yeah, he had the salmon colored trunks on. You know what I'm saying?
Now,
so
I'm cool. I'm very much cool with the Acclaim and B.A. Billy Gunn winning.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool for the moment. Moving forward, as good a shape as Billy Gunn is, how do we book this?
Yeah,
because I get it. Yeah, now it does make sense as far as everything that's happened. You know, you finally give them their win as a trio because of everything that's going on. That's fine. The only problem I have is this is at the expense of the House of Black. I get that you can take them, you can put them in single stuff or tag stuff, whatever, and have them do stuff. They can branch off and do things. Cool. Hell, they can even go up against the Mogul affiliates and win the ROH 6-man tag titles. Cool too.
True.
But at the same time, I don't think this was the this is where it's weird for me, because there would be no other team that would have been able to beat them that would have made it make sense other than the Acclaimed and Billy Gunn. So this is where it's a rock and a hard place situation, because you can go either way. But
there would have been another team that could have possibly done it had it not been for one Samoa Joe.
Oh, you talking about
Jaeger's boy and FTR, you know.
I was looking for the
everyone that man to be my boy.
Jaeger's favorite field, and FTR could have been the one to take those belts off, but Samoa Joseph had other plans.
Look, man, when he was in WWE and he threw a pipe bomb or two, then that was cool, because fuck the corporation that is like you know, like at that time you're just hearing all the crappy shit, and then especially after all the firings, even like in the past few years, like yeah, cool. When you see people rebel like that, that's nice. Freaking Zelina Vega trying to get a union going, that's freaking cool. But yeah, he's just doing it in a smug way, and he's doing it because he knows he draws, and he's like my way or the highway bullshit right now. That's not cool. That's not for your people. Like, you just want people that you agree with around you. That's all you want right now.
Yeah.
Well, so you're saying he wants a bunch of glad-handed douchebag yes men around him?
Douchebag.
Oh, you know that he complained about the Bucks being. Yes, exactly.
Or what did he say?
From his pipe bomb.
What did he say in that what did he say in that promo when he came back? He said, you know, I'm sorry for the wrestlers that you like, or something about being softer, or like, yeah. Like,
so no, yeah, he's fucking soft. Yes.
Yeah.
Right, especially because because you can't have Christopher Daniels on your fucking show, the guy who's like actually with talent relations. Like, this is a guy that should probably be on both shows, be on every show actually, like at least with the headset on in the back.
He's still holding that grudge because,
very much.
Daniels was part of the.
No, I know. Oh no, I know. But like, hold that. I mean, but Ryan Nemeth wasn't really a part of that. He's just a guy that retweeted something.
Yeah, well, he tweeted, so I think softest man in the world or something like that. Softest in the world.
Exactly. So you're in your fifis, Phil. You're in your fucking fifis about getting name called. These are people that are just trying to make a fucking living, and you are not the boss of the company, bro. Let Tony Khan, the people, like, be the guy who decides on who goes on what show. Oh no, I don't like these people. Now get the fuck. That's baby shit. You've got a whole 2-hour show to yourself now that you've greenlit everybody that gets in. Congratulations, man. As long as the show does well, that's all I'm really going to give a shit about. If you ever come into a championship picture, man, I hope you drop that belt so fucking fast. I hope you actually drop that belt or it gets unified, whatever the fuck needs to be done. I don't need to see him with a belt.
So, obviously, ladies and gentlemen, Jaeger
does not like Phil.
Does not like Phil.
Care for Phil.
He doesn't like petty. He doesn't like petty.
You know what? Not only that, but you're married to AJ Lee, and god damn it, if she didn't like set the bar for where I like that, if you want to find my type, bam.
Bam. Now,
yeah. So there's some bitterness in that too. Yeah, a little bit of jealousy
like
there.
Yeah. Was saying the one thing I will miss about House of Black, having the trios championships is their whole house rules situation.
Oh yeah,
y'all got me so off topic from this.
Yeah, we discussed those on a sidebar. Also, you know, the House of Black. Okay, you know they've been pretty cool. You know, with the titles, you know they were kind of having some nice stuff a little bit, but they're at the same time they're kind of inconsistent. You know, and it might be with their like booking and all that. But they seem a little inconsistent, so I don't mind them dropping the titles. I wouldn't mind seeing them do like more single stuff. But
my concern in them dropping the titles is that they're going to start showing up on Collision.
I mean, they have been on Collision quite a bit.
No, I mean like more so than on Dynamite.
Oh no, they most likely will.
Mm-hmm, yeah,
I mean, Buddy Matthews.
I wouldn't be surprised if they were really more Collision acts at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like we'll see how much of the Dynamite people jump ship or whatever the fuck happens here with this weird brand split.
We'll see. And you know, 81,000 people got the chance, you know, scissor me daddy ass, you know, for a feel good moment. You know, so. But yeah,
you know,
I
thought Billy Gunn was gonna come out to the "I'm an ass man."
I really wanted that to happen.
I was waiting for it. I'm not gonna lie, I was waiting for it.
Dizzle,
it didn't happen.
He jumped off after that.
But all right, well, in the words of Bruce Buffer, and hopefully we don't get
bounce on the ass, man. That's not cool, man.
And now it's time for the main event. We got for the AEW World Championship match. The champ Maxwell Jacob Freeman, MJF versus Adam Cole, baby. Two best friends who earlier in the night won the ROH Tag Team Championships. Now going at it for the AEW Championship. I would say, personally speaking, this was probably my favorite match of the night.
Yes, this was my match.
Yeah,
I can appreciate the storytelling, and I can appreciate the action and everything. I will say this. Adam Cole healed his ass off in this match.
Right?
Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
You are my best friend, but I am better than you. You don't deserve it.
Shirt off of him. Like,
yeah.
He used the title belt.
Yeah.
Like, shit.
He even asked for 5 more minutes and he got more than that.
Roddy in that neck brace is killing me. I'm just letting y'all know. Roddy wearing that neck brace is killing me.
I'm your best friend.
He is killing me with that neck brace. But gentlemen, our main event, let's talk about it. I turn the floor over to y'all. Oh, wait. Before we get there.
Oh.
Dizzle picking the House of Black was his undoing. He was winning. He was winning. But with Dizzle picking House of Black and Jugs picking Hook, that's what subsequently got Jugs he retained his championship because of that.
Damn.
It's like just like, you know, cool, you know, your hand full of salt, you're throwing in the wound. That's cool. No,
because earlier before y'all jumped in, I brought it up earlier that Jugs picking Hook is the reason why he kept the predictions championship. So I'm just letting the people know out there what happened. But don't worry. Jugs has a 2-for-1 this weekend, and by God, if he walks out still champion, then shit.
No, man, it ain't happening.
Shit.
Some bullshit, Jugs. We
But,
gonna
and I still got that money in the bank, you know, so I can still use that. But you know, I'm saving that for a rainy day.
But all right, gentlemen, main event time, AEW World Championship, MJF, Adam Cole. I'll leave it to y'all.
Let Dizzle take it.
Go ahead, Dizzle.
I'm going to elaborate more on this when I do the separate video for this whole situation.
Okay.
This should have ended differently.
Okay.
Should have ended differently because you do not need them to continue on this. Look, I get it's cool for the fans. It's cool. It's cool. It's fine.
It sells.
But this is a situation where you're playing fast and loose with what you're giving to the fans because you are running the risk of making this shit stale and fizzle out. It's better to end this shit at its height than to let this shit continue to play out.
Yeah.
Yes, this is
Bloodline.
So
you're not wrong. Jaeger, you're not wrong.
You know, I was hoping that we would see Jey Uso.
Stop. We're not talking about them right now. I'm sorry. I took a shot. My bad.
Okay, so what you saying is you think Cole should have retained or MJF should have retained?
You mean MJF? Yeah, MJF.
I mean, you think Cole should have won or MJF retained differently?
No, I think MJF. Okay, so how I would have booked this.
Okay.
I would, because, and this is one of the main reasons why I picked MJF to win, is because I went back to their promo where MJF talked about him studying Cole and everything like that. Mm-hmm. Perfect example to pull the rug from under Cole, because having everybody outside has speculated that, you know, oh shit, Cole closed his fist and put it behind him, so that means Cole's gonna do the turn, all this other stuff. It's like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
If MJF is ahead of him, you have MJF pull the rug from under Cole, have MJF bring the kingdom together, have MJF lead the kingdom with Roddy there, along with Bennett and Taven, have him give the titles to Taven and Matt, and now you have Cole still here. Still, you've already done the service of basically getting him built back up, because he did fizzle out after joining AEW. Mm-hmm. MJF is still champion.
Well, you got that concussion, yeah.
Yeah, MJF is still champion. You have him still at the top being a heel. He's already said, because the thing is with MJF, and I'll elaborate this more, you're giving the fans what they want without hindering MJF's booking. Because MJF is not a face. MJF is a forever heel, like The Miz, like a Randy Orton. That's what he is. But you do this to where it's like, okay, cool. We get them to cheer for him. We have him as a face, sell merch, whatever. Cool. That's good for the moment. Have him continue on being the asshole that he is, and move on from there. Cole is the obvious babyface. Is he a good heel? Yes, but at this point in time,
he's a great babyface.
Yeah,
a great babyface. Yeah.
So you keep that going, and this is why it was kind of weird for them to win the ROH tag titles, because it's like, okay, so you're just you're really trying to put the nail in the coffin of what you're gonna do here, because unless you do something within the next, I would say at the max, a month, this is going to fizzle out in the worst way.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of that, it was a good match. You know, I love everything about it. It was cool, but outside of that, it was the outcome at the end that kind of just left me kind of, I don't know. Mm-hmm. Because why was the kingdom there if they weren't going to do anything with them?
Right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it didn't make any sense.
Like, I got when it was just Roddy, but the rest of them, that didn't make sense to me. When I saw them too, I was just also like, yeah, this is getting convoluted. But my whole thought process was going to be a little bit different. I didn't expect them to win, obviously, from my picks. I was expecting them to be bitter towards each other a little bit, or maybe like they have a little bit of bitterness in the ring from losing, but then they do the same thing that the fans all tell them to do, which is hug it out.
Well, you saw Cole did. Cole,
yeah,
big bitterness.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but yeah, I was expecting I wasn't expecting for MJF to do exactly what Adam Cole did to him. I was actually legitimately on that boat with all those other people with the whole stabbing on the back. Like, no, like Cole, like MJF has been the guy to always betray people or always have the leg up on somebody. Adam Cole's been doing this for years though. So if anybody's gonna get the leg up on MJF, it would be the guy who's been doing it. But then to your counterpoint, Lip, like you said, he studied Cole. Mm-hmm. So like I was just thinking that, yeah, they were probably going to go with the angle that somebody finally got over on MJF, and that's somebody who was like his best friend, and now he's going to go back to doing the heel shit, like a complete heel, not like I'm your asshole. No, like excuse me, scumbag. But yeah, I wanted to see just a beaten MJF like that, just for the story purpose, and it really didn't matter whether Cole or MJF won in the way I'm seeing it. Mm-hmm. But it was booked well to have MJF still be like the champ at the end of this, because like Scoot and I talked about, they're going to have to unify those two belts at some point. And why the fuck wouldn't they have it be MJF versus CM Punk?
I'm pretty sure that's going to be happening at Full Gear.
And I'm telling you, I was ready to hear Phil's music hit
at the end of that.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I would not have been surprised if it did happen. Would have been like, oh, here we go.
But I think it's kind of too quick without like a build, like a proper build to it, because you need something.
You got to think they don't really need the proper build because we know the history between them. We know the history. Like Punk and MJF have a history, and then Punk is saying, "I never lost my title." MJF is like, "I'm the champion." So you don't really need the build like that per se.
Yeah,
but you still got to have something for All Out.
Yeah, it's still it's like when they booked FTR and the Bucks 3. It's like, we're having the rubber match. That's all you really need to do for an explanation. Yeah. All that heel shit was just flavor text that the Bucks were doing.
Yeah, but this MJF and Adam Cole match, this was pure cinema right here. And
it was beautiful.
And kind of, going back, like when I was talking about earlier on the review, I was saying, hey, if they would then, because I had them I had them not winning the opener, in the 0 hour. I had them losing there.
Yeah.
Same. Because it would have made it too kind of predictable for them to, for them to turn on each other here, because everybody was expecting it for either MJF to turn or Adam Cole to turn. So I'm kind of happy they kind of kept them together here, for a little while longer. But like Dizzle said, a month of max, for them to be together, and then they need to turn on each other, because I don't want this to get too stale. Because, like I said, this is like the climax of it right here. This is where everybody's busting their nut for this.
You could probably have them defend the ROH tag titles at All Out. Let them lose it there.
I have a feeling that your favorite Petty Phil, I feel like he's gonna be in the main event some way, because it is gonna be in Chicago.
Yeah, no, there's no way that he's not booked on that show for something.
But I digress. But yeah, this MJF Adam Cole, the great chemistry in the ring together. I also love the whole Eddie Guerrero type of stuff that they were doing. How
with the chair,
how they were tossing the chair back and forth. That was hilarious.
That was a good spot.
The whole where they both pinned each other. I'm like, wait, this is how they're going to end it? And then,
that was some bullshit.
I like what I got. This is how they're really going to end it. And then when Adam Cole asked for 5 more minutes, I'm like, oh, okay, I see where they're going with. I thought
I do like the callback.
I thought MJF was going to say no, but no, he said no. We're going to give as long as this match needs. I said okay then. MJF, he's trying to be like a baby face a little bit here.
Yeah.
And in reality, he is still the freaking devil himself. People don't think, people
He
don't think
calls
the
them devil worshippers.
right? When people don't think the devil exists, that's when he comes out. He's still the fucking devil. But no, yeah, this match was amazing. I enjoyed it. It was fun that MJF retained. It was this has been some great storytelling. Some of the best storytelling that AEW has ever done.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can agree. I can definitely agree.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, MJF, he can keep calling himself it, but it's getting more and more confirmed. Generation talent. Adam Cole is a superstar in his own right, and
Yes.
I am so happy that he left WWE because of what they were trying to utilize him for. I'm so happy that he's able to say that he was the main event in the largest wrestling show to date.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, like, no, I'm just happy for these people that are definitely just earning their spots right now.
And
although this whole card was like a freaking like who's who as far as like it was a draw fest. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. And a while back, I was going like, why is MJF, doing this, like playing this role as like kind of like a baby face? Well, he's trying to play both sides here, because I had the whole bidding war of 2024. Like, he can show that he's really versatile, how he can play both characters. Because if he does go to WWE and they want him to be a baby face, because they won't let him to say all that stuff, as a heel that he does now in AEW. If he does go to WWE, which I don't really see that happening, but that's a different topic for
They're gonna make him change his name.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to see him change MJF's
I would not. I mean, I just don't go to WWE, man, please.
Yeah,
the bidding war of 2024.
Oh, he's definitely not going.
Nah.
But yeah, it shows how he can play both sides. And how he can leverage his way of, get more money. Like, hey, WWE offered me this. Hey, if you want to keep me, Tony Khan, you got to offer me more. So there's going to be...
he let himself get ruined, though, as far as his snarkiness towards Tony Khan. Because of that one promo where he got yelled at. It's like, oh, so you're not really like a smug asshole and are getting away with it. You're just like the guy who says all this shit behind his back. Okay, got it.
But
no,
once again, that was All In. At the end of the match, they did announce that All In will be happening at 2024 at the same spot. I think it was August 25th. I think it is. So they running it back, and it's going to become more likely it'll become a yearly tradition. And they did announce another pay-per-view to celebrate the life of Antonio Inoki, October 1st. I forgot the name of it.
Same.
But so now they're going to have 7 pay-per-views a year now so far. So
I don't know if that Antonio Inoki one will be like yearly. I don't know. We'll see. But
they made it sound like it could be. But that was All In, the largest wrestling show to date. I'm happy that it went down. I'm happy that it happened. Especially, I'm more happy for AEW to have that show to let them know that, hey, we in this thing too. We're here too. So, I understand WWE still might be the big dog, but hey, we're here too.
I think I said this to you on the chat, but this was like one thing is to hear 81,000 people all in unison scream "Adam Cole, baby"
has to be insanity.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of god level you have to feel like after that. Like, oh my god. I got goosebumps getting that shit. Sorry, that was just a quick sidebar.
Fellas, anything y'all want to say before we sign out?
This needs to be their WrestleMania.
I agree.
All ends. Oh yeah. Agreed.
I believe that they need to hold this for now, for the time being, maybe over the next 3 to 5 years, hold this specifically in London or international, but it has to be stadium shows.
Yes.
Because it's going to put them more so on the radar, and it's going to have them hit a market that WWE is not hitting. Because WWE does not hold WrestleManias internationally. And for them to do something like this on this level, and to be able to rub the numbers in WWE's face, real numbers, not speculated numbers. Which I caught what you did, TK, when you did the scrum.
I heard about that.
I still need to go back to scrum. Yeah, I haven't checked it out yet.
I only caught like highlights. What's up?
Go ahead,
about the attendance numbers, saying that they how they have the world record for wrestling show in the world attendance wise. So it's like, yeah, there you go. Because
like raw actual asses in seats.
Because they said the biggest independent show with the first All In, and then they said the biggest professional wrestling show ever.
Yeah.
And so it was like, all right,
you go. They got them both. Yeah.
But yeah, all in all, this is this was a solid show. I look forward to them doing this way more often. And yeah, good job, TK.
You know what? Tag Squad going to All In 2024. There we go.
I mean, if the
cards get played right, man.
Okay, I'm buying all of our tickets. I'm buying our plane right.
Oh shit,
we're going.
I mean, fuck, it's a bet then. Let me. All right.
Don't make that promise.
All right. Whether you wait. To borrow from Bubba Ray Dudley or Bully Ray, Dizzle, get the outro.
All right. Whether you loved it, hate it, don't forget to rate it, thumbs up, thumbs down. Leave all your comments, concerns, questions down below. But before I even cap that off, let me just go ahead and warm this bad boy up here, because give it too sweet to the boys with a big old bada bam. And until next time, until you hear these immaculate voices and see these beautiful faces, I did that shit in reverse, but it's fine.
It's fine.
I bid you all adieu. Good shit. Tag this, tag that. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Tag that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. All that other good shit. Follow everybody individually, together, whatever it is. And then until next time, you beautiful, beautiful, beautiful mother effers. Tag the fucketh out.
Before we do that, one more time for the one time. Rest in peace, Terry Funk. Rest in peace, Bray Wyatt. Thank y'all for all that y'all have contributed to this beautiful sport of wrestling. Thank you for the years of entertainment, and sleep well and sleep easy. To everybody else out there, love one another, take care of one another, take care of your mental, physical. Now we will tag the fucking out.
Unless you're Phil Burks.
Dollars make a way to make a change. Gotta be insane to make those same mistakes again. So I'm switching lane to lane. Pray the curb don't scrape.